Hey there, Bob here from Bob's Bassin' and Stuff. Today, we're going to break down my top 3 baits for fishing Lake Norman right here in North Carolina. Norman is one of the best spotted bass lakes in the entire state, and it still has some chunky largemouth too. So whether you're chasing numbers or looking for a big bass, it's a great place to start. And on Lake Norman, these 3 baits will absolutely put fish in your boat. So today, we're focusing on the where and the when of fishing these baits on Lake Norman. Let's get started. Number 1, you may already know, the Whopper Plopper. This bait is like a cheat code for Lake Norman when the conditions are right. I fish it over shallow flats, long tapering points, and most importantly, those offshore shoals that Lake Norman is famous for. Any place where bass are pushing bait up high, the Whopper Plopper shines. You want wind? That's great. You want low light? That's even better. But the Whopper Plopper will catch fish anytime the spots are pushing bait up high. If you're not sure where to fish on Lake Norman, just find the high spots on a lake map and target the points, the flats, the humps, and the shoals. Run the plopper across the top, cover water, and get ready. It's one of the most exciting ways to fish this lake. Number 2 is the classic crankbaits, especially the crawfish and the shad patterns. Why? Because spots live around rock and they chase bait all year long. I'm throwing crankbaits on rocky banks, bluff transitions, and main lake points. Anywhere I can get the lure to the bottom and have it deflect off something. That deflection is what fires up the bite on Lake Norman. If you're fishing chunk rock or riprap, the crawfish pattern is deadly, especially in the cooler months. When the bait fish push shallow or suspended around points, the shad pattern is the better choice. The key here is keeping the bait down on the bottom where it's constantly hitting, bumping, and changing direction. That's what triggers the bass to strike. And number 3 might be the sneakiest one. It's a 4-inch power worm, either rigged on a small jighead or Texas rigged with a very light weight. On a lake with as many docks as Lake Norman, this bait is money. The slow fall is key. That's why you have to use a small weight or a small jighead. Spotted bass love to suspend around dock floats, posts, and shady spots, and largemouth like to linger right under the walkways. That subtle fall keeps the bait in front of the fish longer and will get bites when nothing else will. Skip or flip it under a dock, let it fall naturally, then barely shake it, and watch your line. If the line jumps or starts swimming sideways, set the hook. It's simple, it's finesse, and it flat out catches fish on Lake Norman year round. So those are my top 3 baits for Lake Norman: the Whopper Plopper, crankbaits in crawfish or shad colors, and the little 4-inch power worm. If you're fishing Lake Norman, these 3 baits will cover you for spots and largemouth in most any condition. If you learned something or just love bass fishing content, please hit like, subscribe to the channel, and drop us a comment and tell us what your favorite bait is for Lake Norman bass. And join me in 2026 as I go on a quest for a new personal best bass. We'll be hitting lakes in North and South Carolina, trying new techniques, and fishing for a giant bass. Thanks for watching Bob's Bassin' and Stuff, and as always, keep bassin'.